Hello, everybody. Welcome to Out of Character. I'm your host, the Faulty GM, and today is, I think today is the fourth episode now of Out of Character Talk. And today I want to talk to you guys about something I call Character Trinity. It is probably a thing that exists. Like almost everything that I ever talk about, it probably exists somewhere. I just haven't really looked into it. But this video is going to be about how to improve your role playing as a character or as a player. How to get into your characters and how you can make it easier for other characters to relate to your character. Um, so yeah, before we get straight into it, I just want to say that again, this is just my opinion. This is something that I do or something that I've thought of, so it's to be taken with a grain of salt. And I'm sure that there are other content out there that's very similar, if not the same, to the character Trinity thing that I'm doing. All right, so with that, let's move straight into it. So, what the character Trinity is three different aspects of your character that feed into one another and that make it easier for you to figure out what your character would do. So I know that there's a lot of moments inside of a role playing game, any role playing game, where your character has to make a character choice, right? They go left, they go right, they help this person, they don't help this person, they kill this person, they don't kill this person. And sometimes it's very easy to get lost in just the mechanics of the game or just in the moment of the game, right? And you make decisions that your character wouldn't have necessarily made. So, what this system is supposed to do is it's supposed to help you with that or help you adjust better and help other people identify what you wanted your character to do. So the first thing, the tip of the little triangle thing is called aspiration. So it is what your character aspires to be. It is what they want to be. It's their where they see themselves in the future. It's the them that they want to be. If that makes sense. The person of which they dream of becoming. Um, the motive is what propels them to chase that dream. So it's what sends them after wanting to be that thing. It is the reason they want to aspire to be that thing. Um, so if you wanted to be the greatest warrior in the world, for example, that is your aspiration. The motive, right? The motivation is what makes you want to become the greatest warrior in the world. And the motivation is extremely important, right? Because almost every character should have an aspiration. They should have a goal, right, in their mind that the character is striving for. They shouldn't just exist in the world doing random stuff. They should have something that they want. That is the aspiration. They have a goal that they're fighting for. They have a them that they know they want to be or that they are trying to become. And the motivation is what is not just propelling them to be that thing, but it makes that goal relatable. What I mean by that is, let's say you want to be the greatest warrior in the world. Okay, that's pretty cliche, but why you want to be the greatest warrior in the world, that's what makes you different. That's what makes your character relatable versus every other character that has ever existed that wants to be the greatest character in the world, right? Or the greatest fighter in the world, or whatever. So let's say you want to be the greatest fighter to make your dad proud, right? Your dad was the best fighter in the village and you were never able to best him, or maybe something happened and he was killed before you achieved your greatest challenge. So now you don't have anyone to fight against. And this kind of puts me right into the last part of the triangle, and that is the anchor. What is holding your character back? So if your character wants to be the greatest fighter in the world to impress his dad, but the thing that's holding him back is that his dad is dead, then it's the anchor sets the pacing for your character to achieve his aspiration, right? So your character wants to be the greatest fighter in the world. He wants to be the greatest fighter because his dad uh, to impress his dad. But because his dad is dead, in order to achieve his goal of becoming the greatest fighter, he has to become the greatest fighter in his own mind. Because pretty much he has to accept that his dad is there, his dad is dead, he can't get the approval of his father, right? He just can't do it. So that is holding him down. And the only thing that's going to allow him to overcome that is to admit that the only way for him to be the greatest fighter is to achieve that level in his own head. And that kind of sets the pacing for where you want to go. And again, makes the character very relatable. Um, so when you're having problems trying to figure out, what would my character do, uh, you can just you can just address this triangle thing, the character Trinity, like I'm calling it. Uh, you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, those are the three things. Give your character an aspiration. Give your character a goal, a dream that he's trying to or she is trying to achieve, right? Give them a motivation, the reason that they're doing that thing, why they want to do that thing, and then give them an anchor that is holding them back but also sets the pace for how long it's going to take them to achieve that dream. And I think you might see a pretty decent change in your character. And the way that I would use this is not just to write it down and then just never address it again. I think you should try to draw this out every single session. Try to reference what you have created every single session. Pull on that anchor. You know, use that anchor every single session. Try to hit that motivation every single session. Try to reference your aspiration every single session. Try to do those things, and you will be role playing a lot better. Now, the thing to note is do not steal the starlight from other characters. Do not make it all about you, right? But when you see a chance or an opportunity to invoke one of these aspects of your character, you should. Um, I know Dungeons and Dragons has like the background things that have flaws and stuff. If you don't want to use this and you're just using that, sorry guys. What I would say is try to pull on the flaws. Pull on the flaws of your characters at least once in the game. Try to hit all the things that you have written for your character at least once per session to get the most out of it. Um, and I think you'll see a pretty solid improvement of your character. But yeah, what do you guys think about the character Trinity that I created? Do you think it's actually a helpful tip? What do you guys do to better yourselves as role players? Let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, also, one more thing. I do have a game coming up on the 5th, which is Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are interested in that, look forward to it. All right, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.